Ladies and gentlemen, it is your boy, Limitless Mike, Flash Okoro, Michael O, and I'm back with another video. Today, I'm going to attempt, this is a difficult one, but I'm going to attempt to break down the top performances at the Nike Prefontaine Classic. I did go down and watch the meet. Well, I watched Saturday live and watched all the Friday distance running. Just via the TV or online. But I'm going to break down, to me, the top performances, events. This is really hard to do as I rewatched everything, as I kind of looked over the performances. I thought that I'd be able to give like 5, but I don't think that's going to be possible because there were so many great performances. At the Prefontaine Classic, there was a lot of world leads, a lot of meet records and all that. Let me get the official numbers for you guys. So at the Eugene Diamond League, there was 8 Diamond League or at least Prefontaine Classic records. There was 7 world leads. There was 3 Diamond League records and 2 like area records. So there was a lot going on. It was really action packed. It was great to have this meet being the follow-up meet to the Olympics. So let's get into it. Once again, I tried to do 5, but I was just unable to really break down 5 elite performances. Let me know what you guys think. Should people be ranked higher? Should people not be on here? All that. We're all going to have differences of opinions. So let me know what you think. But let's get into it. So this is crazy. So coming in at number 7, we got Mr. Jakob Ingerbrixten from Norway, the 20-year-old Olympic champion. He is going to be number 7th on this list for his performance in the Bowerman Mile. You know, they stepped up 100 meters, I guess, or they just do the mile at the Prefontaine Classic. In this race, he ran with Stuart McSween. They've been kind of competing a lot, going back and forth. In this one, McSween did a lot of the front running, and in the last, I'd say 300 meters to 250 meters, Jakob just kind of takes off, starts sprinting, he does his kick, and he does get the first place finish in this race. In this one, and that's why this list is crazy, or the overall Prefontaine Classic is crazy, because this is the 9th all-time performance in the mile. It was a Diamond League record. He broke his national record. And there's some performances that, at least for me, I feel were ranked higher than this one. But overall, this was a great race. This closed out the performance. Jakob is just a great runner. I don't know what's going on down there in Norway, but they are producing some top track and field talent. I have to salute them for that. This kid is only 20 years old. He has the Olympic record at 1,500 meters. Now he has a Diamond League record at the mile and is 9th all time in the mile. It was a great overall performance. He brought a lot of energy, and it was, to me, the number 7 performance from the Prefontaine Classic. Coming in at number 6, we got the performance by Miss Athing Mu, the queen of the middle distance, I guess. We watched her run at indoors. We watched her run the 400 at NCAA. She went out and dominated that. From there, she moved on to the Olympics, running her more, I guess you could say her better event, but we really don't know. But she moved on and moved up to the 800, where she set an American record and took the gold at the Olympics. And here she came back for her final race of the season. An amazing season for her to perform for us and run the 800 at the Prefontaine Classic. And in this race, Athing Mu, she goes out at about 200 meters. She gets the lead. She's just behind the rabbits and just kind of picks up the pace and dominates from there. No one could really keep up with her in that long, beautiful stride of hers. She did come in a time of... She ran a time of 1:55.04, which is number 8 all-time for the ladies 800 meters. It is a U.S. like all-comers or all-ranking record. as well as an American record. She had the previous American record. She set it at the Olympics of 1:55.21 and really came out. The ability to just run one race, not have to do rounds, really allowed her to just dominate and lower her American record. Once again, it's a 1:55.04. She is only 19 years old, so she's really getting close to that 1:54 time, and will continue to move down, get better, and just dominate. I do hope for the rest of the world, or for the rest of the ladies, they've somewhat kept up with her, or they've all had great performances, everyone else, but I do hope with her out there, it just pushes distance and middle distance running to a whole new level. That, to me, was the number 6 performance of the Prefontaine Classic, the number 8 800 meters ranking of all time, and just a great dominance performance by Miss Athing Mu. And now we are going to move on to number 5. Coming in at number 5, we got the performance by Noah Lyles in the 200-meter dash. He came back, I would call it, or he would probably even call it, a disappointing Olympics. He ended up getting the bronze after being one of the favorites, one of the top guys in the world at the 200. He did get the bronze behind not only Andre DeGrasse, who won the gold medal, but also is very, very deserving to have a great performance and win the gold medal. But also behind another American who had a great season, Kenny Benderick. And in this race, Kenny was in this race. Noah Lyles was in this race, of course. His brother, Josephus Lyles, as well as Rai Benjamin, the 400-meter hurdle. So we had a pretty good field in this one. Noah Lyles just goes out there. He runs a great turn and just pretty much dominates and controls the whole race from the jump. If you watch a lot of Noah Lyles races, you can't always say that he runs a good turn. He usually just dominates the straight, but this one wasn't like that. He dominated the straight, but that curve set him up for a great performance. He came in a time of 19.52, which was a meet record, a world lead, and is also, I'm pretty sure I did my research on this one, and it is number 5 all time at the 200-meter dash, and he also has the number 4 time of all time. So it was a really great performance to watch. Some of those sprints, I think, especially with the 200, like, I was there, and it was kind of weird to see, to be like, dang, I just watched one of the fastest times. Like, it's not like the 100 where sometimes it's so hyped, or because of how short the distance is, people will be hyped. The runner's going to be like, woo, woo. Like, Noah was very hyped after, but I think maybe at a 200 meters or at a 400 meters and beyond, you're a little more gassed. So it doesn't give you that chance to be like, look at what I just did. But overall, this performance was the number 5 200-meter performance of all time. That's why, to me, I had to rank this one higher than an Athing Mu or than Jakob, just because overall what he did was higher on the all-time list than what they did with a number 8 all-time or a number 9 all-time. But that was it for number 5. I'm giving it to Noah Lyles and his 200-meter performance. Coming in at number 4, we got Mr. Ryan Krauser, the king of the shot put, the lord of the putt. He went out there, and at the Prefontaine Classic, he threw to 75 feet, 11 and a half inches, just half an inch shy of 76 feet. He is the reigning Olympic champion, the Olympic record holder, and on this performance, he broke the Diamond League record as well as just a Prefontaine Classic meet record. This throw is the 3rd best throw of all time, and the previous throws are essentially held by this guy because he has a world record. So he's getting number 4 on this list. In my opinion, there's so much to say, but then there's also not a lot to say because this guy is just going out there and dominating the shot put. He did have a good sign for his family, and if you kind of do a little research on him, his dad was like a world-class level shot putter, as well as I believe his brother. So he is kind of the lord of the shot put. He is the world record holder, the Olympic record holder, the Diamond League record holder, the Prefontaine Classic record holder, and he has some of the top marks of all time. That's why Ryan Krauser is getting number 4 on my list for the top performances of the Prefontaine Classic. So coming in at number 3, we got the women's steeplechase and the performance by Miss Norah Jeruto. In this race, well, first off, let me say this. The steeplechase, at least for me, this is my personal preference, but the steeplechase is one of the most interesting and probably one of the most difficult races, in my opinion. It's a distance race with hurdles and a water jump every single lap. And in this one, Norah, she really went out. She did majority of the front running, or really, was up there with the lead pack. In the last 1 to 2 laps, she just takes off, builds a gap that no one is able to even come close to her. She ran a time of 8 minutes, 53 seconds, and this is the number 3 fastest time in women's steeplechase history. She broke the meet record. She set a world lead. And once again, 3rd fastest time of all time in this race. The 2nd place finisher actually broke the previous meet record. So that just shows how fast they were running and how fast or dominant of a performance this was by Norah. She really just goes out there and kills it. And that's why, to me, in my opinion, this was the number 3 performance at the Prefontaine Classic. And once again, this is the 3rd fastest time of all time. So let's move on into the top 2, the number 2 performance. For number 2, I got the women's 2-mile and the race and performance by Francine Neo-Samba. If you don't know, or if you just aren't really familiar with this one, the Burundi athlete Francine Neo-Samba was the 2016 Olympic silver medalist at 800 meters. At 800 meters, from there, there was a lot of controversy, I'm going to say, about her eligibility, about her testosterone levels, and all that. Just do a little research if you don't know, because I had to do some as well myself. So there's a lot of drama around her in the 800, her testosterone levels, and that pushes her to either take medicine that suppresses the levels of testosterone in her body, or move on to a different event. Move up in events. In this case, Francine moved up to the women's 2-mile. This was her first 2-mile race outdoor. She goes out there. She runs a time of 9 minutes, essentially 9 minutes flat, or 9 minutes .75. And she sets a meet record as well as a world lead time and the 2nd fastest time ever in the outdoor women's 2-mile. Now, really imagine that. Doing a new event for the first time. I mean, I'm sure she's competed. I'm sure they knew what she was capable of. She is a very accomplished runner. But still, at least to me, this is crazy. To go out, actually compete in an event for the first time, and become the 2nd fastest person to ever do it. She did break the previous meet record by about 13 seconds and beat the previous world lead at the 2-mile by about a minute. So this was a really dominant performance. And even for our 2nd place finisher, Elizabeth Giddy from Ethiopia, she was right. She was very close. She came in with a 9 minutes 6 seconds .74. So this was a great performance. Number 2 all time. That's really all that needs to be said by a runner who went out there and competed in this event for the first time. That's a great one. I hope everything just goes well for Francine, with there being a lot of drama, a lot of, just things going on with her. But once again, that is my number 2 performance from the Eugene Diamond League. And let's get into number 1. So, to me, coming in at number 1, the top event or the top performance was in the women's 100-meter dash. Now, before this race, it had a lot of hype. I made videos about it. Other people made videos about it. NBC made videos about it, because we were going to have the top four of the top 10 fastest ladies to ever walk planet Earth. We're going to be racing each other. We missed the opportunity to see it at the Olympics, but we had a chance to see it at the Prefontaine Classic in one race, no rounds, no nothing. So, for this one, we had Elaine Thompson, we had Shelly-Ann Fraser, we had Shericka Jackson, we had Sha'Carri Richardson stepping on the track. She was not able to compete in the Olympics, but she was going to be competing at this race. And once again, after so much hype, after me, I made a video saying that we would see a 10.5 or a 10.4 or just something crazy. Elaine Thompson went out here and she ran a 10.54 second 100-meter dash. It is a Diamond League record. It is a Jamaican national record. It is number 2 all time, just behind Florence Griffith Joyner. She really went on there. She silenced. I mean, there was no we knew it was going to be a great race. At least, let me speak for myself. I knew it was going to be a great race, but I had to put my money on Elaine Thompson. She won the Olympics in 2016, and she went out and she ran a 10.61 or a 10.60 to break the Olympic records at this 2020/2021 Olympics. So, I figured she was going to win the race, but there was still so much speculation. Sha'Carri was back on the track. She had a 10.7, and, she was primed to do something good. Shelly-Ann Fraser is on the track. She can go and just get her lick back. But in this one, Elaine Thompson just shattered all that. She went out there, she put on a performance, she ran, once again, a 10.54. It is the second fastest time of all time for a woman, and that, to me, was the best event. When I was at the track meet, during this race, as soon as the ladies got on the track, everybody stood up. Everyone started clapping. There was just so much energy around it. Like I said, there was a lot of promo and this and that and press around Sha'Carri versus the Jamaicans. But even in the stadium, no one really said anything. No one said this is going to be a crazy race. But we could all just feel it. Like in the distance, in this and that. No, even in the men's 100, everyone didn't just stand up as soon as they stood on the track. But for this one, there was so much energy, and they really performed. It was another Jamaican sweep. Sha'Carri Richardson ended up not doing so well, taking last. Tiana Daniels, the American, she got 4th, and she had a 10.83 100-meter dash. That is a great time. But all the shine, all the glory and everything has to go to Elaine Thompson and her fellow Jamaicans, Shericka Jackson and Shelly-Ann Fraser. This was dominant. Elaine Thompson has been dominating, and this is just an amazing performance that must be saluted. So, for me, that's why I gave it number 1. But let me know what you guys think. Is there anything I missed? We don't have a lot of jumps. I don't have any jumps on this list. Did I miss something in the long jump or the pole vault or the women's triple jump or I guess the men's triple jump? Let me know if there's anything that I missed or if there's any performances that you feel that you think should be ranked higher. Just let me know. We all got different of opinions. We all like different races, but this is what I came up with. Those were the top 7 performances at the Nike Prefontaine Classic. One of the best meets that I've seen. So much fun. There are some things that I think from being there they could work on, but the people who showed up to run really showed out and put on a performance, and I have to salute that. If you like track, please like this video. I'm going to be doing more videos about track and field, just basketball, football, boxing, all the sports that I love, and I'm hoping to start interviewing some athletes here in a moment as well. So if you like stuff like this, subscribe to the channel. My name's Michael O. You can follow me at The Limitless Company. That is a clothing brand that I'm a part of. You can follow me at Limitless Mike, and you can subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys all have a blessed day. If you run, if you work out, go work out if you're an athlete, and have a blessed day. Peace.